Absolutely awful. There we go. Right, okay. Here in qualifying then, everybody. There is 14 drivers joining us today. We've got 14 people who are ready to give it their absolute all. And let's just see how it goes, shall we? Qualifying is first here at Cota, and then, of course, we go into the Grand Prix. We've got one guy in the stream chat at the moment. I'm going to quickly send out the link again so everybody is able to get themselves in. But tonight should be a good one. Always a long night on Sunday, but always good. Never a waste of time, I must say. But let me just quickly send this out to the chat. There you go. Right then, everybody. So, over the line then for Sid Boak, starting his flying lap then with the DRS activated and wide open down into the left-hander. Yellow flags out into turn one as Jensen goes fastest with 1 minute 32.511. Not a bad time for the Haas boy at this moment in time. We are screaming out, I don't know what, we still need to have that talk after this morning. Yeah, I'll arrange it, mate. I'll arrange it. Have to speak about that. Yep. But anyway, it's good to have you here, Harry. Are you in the game today? I don't think you are. No, you're not. But I think you might. You were going to join. Anyway, Smoking Cheese, 1 minute 32.040 for his fastest time. Jensen second place then. Bloody Echo in third, Whitwell 4, Frank 5, DT Racing in 6, and then of course the rest of the drivers haven't yet set a time on the board at this moment in time. But 13 minutes to go of qualifying, and yellow flags out in the middle sector as Blindy Echo heading through there at this moment in time. A long night tonight, of course. Our league here in Cota, always great, absolutely always brilliant. And then we go to Helheim Racing, which is later on. And I've got some very nice news to share for everybody that I'm going to be commentating Wednesday and Sunday at Helheim Racing for the whole entire season. I'm being booked. So that is going to be very fun indeed. But Sid Boak's over the line. He puts himself P7 at the moment. A Ferrari of DNX Smithy follows him over the line. He goes to begin his flying lap now. And we're going to watch him along. If you're in the stream chat, I've got a new mic, which I'm still trying to work my way around and sort. And I've also got the capture card. So let me know how it's all running and if it's okay or not. But I think so far it's been decent. Just let me know if it's okay or not, because it's always best to have the feedback, everybody. Yellow flags again in the final sector this time around. It's Liam Cookie in second place and currently doing all right. He is a very fast guy here at Helheim Racing and putting an absolute shift in at this moment in time. Ahead of him is an RB of Hoodrat then. Is it an RB? No, it's a Red Bull, sorry, over the line to 1 minute 35.656 on time. And P10 for Schumacher at the moment. Over the line for Mario. It's a 1 minute 33.920. And ninth position for him that time around. Heisenberg in sixth position over the second sector. 3.6 seconds down, so he won't be on the lap this time around. But the top five at the moment currently are in the pit lane. Jensen now decides to break the chain and comes out of the pit lane on an out lap. He'll be going around now. We'll see what you can do. As he's, of course, on the out lap, we'll see what he can do once he goes round for that flying lap. Heisenberg invalidated. Sid Boakes into the pit lane. Mario is up on time again then. He must be going around once more. He went faster last lap around. He's in P10 with a 1 minute 33.920. Can he do anything about that this time around as he heads his way into the final corner? The final corner, the swinging left-hander, sorry. And of course, the final sector now, he's up by a 10th in the middle sector. Now, all eyes towards Mario on the final sector here in Cota. There's 10 minutes to go, a long while to go, but this could be a fairly decent time for Mario if he can get a bit of an improvement. It isn't going to be enough at the moment to get into P9, but can he improve any more? Here comes Mario in the McLaren. His teammate P9, a bit of sliding from the front end there as we head through the final corner. Nearly invalidates over the line, and it's still a 1 minute 34.2 now. 3 tenths down on that time. A very slow lap for that man on this race, this lap around. But here is Heisenberg then in P6 in the Aston Martin, and ready to put an absolute shift in here in Cota. Fastest in the first sector, nearly 2 tenths faster in sector 1 for the Aston Martin as he ventures around the final few corners, the first few corners, sorry, of the second sector. Makes his way through into the sweeping left-hander. Very much cuts off there, right the way out of the exit, and he hits the apex beautifully, runs it out wide, and now with 9 minutes to go, Heisenberg setting himself up for a very nice and strong second sector. What can it be though? Can it be a better time than what he's already set? Oh, nearly going around then, as he has ruined that lap around. It was looking incredibly strong, but this time around, it isn't what he has wanted. So that's it for Heisenberg. Would have been a very fast lap around, but this time can't get out of the car what he needs in the Aston Martin. Whitwell out there on the track, and I think P5 for him is currently pretty good. Blinding Echo, though, is up by a 10.5 in the first sector. Can he try and replicate that then, heading down towards the end of the second now? Down the back straight he goes in his Haas car. Of course, realistic performance cars around here in our league as Jensen goes 3 and over a half tenths faster on the last lap around. Second place for him, his teammate, with a 10.5 up there nearly in the middle sector. Heads his way around the final few corners of the last. He's done very well indeed. Currently in qualifying, P4. His teammate gets up to second. Can he get anywhere closer around the final 2 corners here in Cota? Here comes Blinding Echo in his Haas for his team. Over the line, DRS activated, overtake activated too. It's 4th place. He just gets over as Hoodrat drops him down to 5th earlier on. So he is still in the exact same position as before. Here comes Smoking Cheese, then he's up by 700ths of a second in the first sector. Over the line for Smoking Cheese, and it's provisional pole, 1 minute and 31.727. It's a very fast time for the Cheese over the line, and the Sauber is on provisional pole here in Cota. Brilliant time for that man at the moment. What a time that was. What a time, with 6 minutes to go of qualifying, everybody. Stream chat looking a bit dead at the minute, so if you're in the stream chat, you know, you can have a nice chat if you want, say something, say hello. I'll be more than welcome. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have got. 6 minutes and a half to go here in qualifying at the moment. Patrick Dodge in 14th position down at the back. The only man on the grid to not set a time, but it's fastest in the middle sector for Mr. P. Dodge. He's doing a very good time indeed. In the middle sector, at least. We didn't know the first, but it could be a decent sector. Here comes the Mercedes then into the final third of the track, and with 6 minutes to go, he's still got a bit of breathing space, but he does invalidate then, heading around the final 2 corners, but he heads around again to go around once more, does he? I don't know what he's doing there. He's got flashing fuel, but he carries on. There you go, finally, a driver that seems to be up on time. Sid Boakes then, here he goes, heading round the final corner. And over the line, it is DRS activated. Can it be any higher? P9, not a bad effort. 3.5 tenth improvement, and Sid Boakes into 9. Smoking Cheese has retired on in the pit lane then, everybody, and maybe he seems confident with where he is. Jensen, though, is out there and looking dangerous in his Haas on an outlap. He's got a whole 1 minute and 20 seconds to just really take it in and understand what he's got to do, the challenge he's got to live up to then on this next lap around. He's in second place at the moment. He's got to find a good few tenths, 4 tenths to be exact. It's a big time to gain, especially in his Haas car. But what can he do is the question. That is what we need to see from Jensen. He needs to get a good lap to get anywhere closer to Smoking Cheese. He's on the second row at the moment. He still could be overtaken because Liam Cookie's sat behind in his Aston Martin on an outlap 2. Bliney Echo is in the pit lane, so he will not be, most likely, not really going to be any more times from Bliney Echo. Hoodrat on his outlap as well. So it is looking like there's a chance that Jensen could get overtaken, but that isn't going to happen if he can pull out an even better time on this lap. And that lap begins now around the final corner. Here comes Jensen then in second place in his Haas. He has got to try and find some time. 4 tenths to be on pole. What can Jensen do on this lap around? The one lap that means absolutely everything. He might have another time, but his tyres are at best condition now, and this is the one lap he wants to get it done. The Haas car of Jensen is going to push through the first sector as he heads round into the second now. What will the first sector be for Jensen? He's up by 0.5 tenth of a second. DT Racing retires through the first few corners. But Jensen, not by a lot, but he is up in Sector 1 as he makes his way onto the back straight in a few moments' time. He's really gunning for that pole position. The pole sitter at the moment, Smoking Cheese, can't do anything about it. He can't contest his position because Jensen is on his way to provisional pole. If Smoking Cheese don't have anything to say about that, I'm not too sure, but he can't do anything about it, at least because he is retired from the session into the second sector. 2 tenths up then in the middle sector. It's a purple sector in the middle for Jensen on this lap around. What will he do about this then? This is what we've been wanting to see for a good while on this lap. Here comes the Haas round the final few corners. Has he got a chance at pole? The fuel light's on, so this is it for Jensen. He's invalidated, and that is it for Jensen in the Haas. Lap is finished, and he will not be improving most likely. I think that's it for Jensen. I think that's it. 1 minute 32.139 could be his final time. Liam Cookie down and invalidated too. Whitwell in 4. Is he up on time? Not too sure at the moment. He's got he's got no fuel, sorry, so I think he's going to be limping around that track now. Right then, round the final corner for Hoodrat, 1 minute 32.621, fastest time. Any more improvements from him? 2 tenths at least to get ahead. 6th place, 2.5 tenths down. 2.5 seconds down, wow. Heisenberg very much down. The time's really coming to an end now. Mario with a 3 tenth improvement last lap around. Schumacher down in 13 with 0.5 second up then on this lap around 2. And if you didn't know, the way they order the drivers then, everybody, here in our league, is the fastest drivers are in the slowest cars and the slowest drivers are in the fastest cars. So Schumacher down at the back, at the minute 13 in the Red Bull, and he can't do much improving there, but he is on a flying lap beginning once again. What can he do this time around? Into the first corner, sorry, he can't do anything as he stops there with 30 seconds to go. And that is pretty much it for qualifying in terms of him. But Bliney Echo is in P5. Jensen couldn't do any improving. He's in the pit lane. Jensen is done here in qualifying. Liam Cookie is done as well. Whitwell done too. Bliney Echo is the only man that can say anything about this. Right, here comes Bliney Echo then. Everybody around him can't improve, and he invalidates, taking too much curb. And into the pit lane. That man is not happy at all. Wing completely gone. And that is his qualifying wrapped up. Frank over the line in a second. He invalidates too. Heisenberg, the only man that seems to be up on time at the moment, up by 5 thousandths of a second on this lap around. Will it be any improvement for him is what we want to see. And Smithy too. He's out there maybe improving, so we're going to go on Smithy first, then we can go back to Heisenberg. Qualifying complete then, everybody. We're just waiting for the final 2 times to come over the line, and then we will be done here today. Here comes Smithy into the pit lane for Smithy. Heisenberg is up. Heisenberg, oh, not a good final corner. Into the wall nearly, he saves it. Oh, Heisenberg. Turning around on the main straight. And that concludes qualifying then. As we wait for the final 2 to drive into the pit lane, then that is it. But wow. Qualifying complete. Liam Cookie needs to go in, and Smithy too. Wait for them to get wheeled into the pit lane. And we are done for quali. Right, everybody, finishing results for qualifying. Smoking Cheese on pole position by 4/10 of a second from Jensen, retiring. Smoking Cheese retiring minutes and minutes before qualifying ends. Mr. Confidence up there. Jensen second place. Liam Cookie third. Whitwell 4. Hoodrat 5. Bliney Echo 6. Frank 7. Heisenberg 8. Smithy 9. And Sid Boakes in P10. That is it for your qualifying. Grand Prix is up next, everybody. Right, everybody. We are back. 58 minutes past is the time. 58 minutes past 7 is the time. And we are here for our league. The Grand Prix about to get started soon. First is formation lap. And then we will be racing fully here at the Circuit of the Americas. Formation lap begins. Yeah, welcome to everybody in the chat then, everybody. I think there's 2 of you in there at the moment. Quite a quiet night, I've got to say. Not really too much going on tonight, but it's all good. It's all good. Formation lap is now. Now we've got a long race ahead of us tonight, which should finish at about 10 to 9, probably. And then I'm straight on for Helheim. So if you're watching this and you think you might be a bit bored later on, you're more than welcome to join me for Helheim racing tonight as well, because I will be here till about 10:30 tonight now on comms. Fourteen drivers joining us, everybody. Patrick Dodge at the back of the grid today, starting at the very back. And then Schumacher, DC Racing, Mario, Sid Boak, Smithy, Heisenberg, Frank, Echo, Hoodrat, Whitwell, Liam, Jensen, and Smoking Cheese with the damaged thumb at the moment. And still putting it on pole like it's nothing. This man is fast. In a Sauber too, shows some pure skill. There we go then. Towards the line. And to line up in their grid spots then, everybody. Right, Smoking Cheese on pole position. The Grand Prix then about to begin. 4, 5 lights then here in Cota. Jensen and Smoking Cheese to get us away. Lights out, and away we go. Smoking Cheese then down into turn 1. A very good start, but trying to fend off Jensen already. Down the inside, and Jensen in the Haas is already took the lead of the Grand Prix. Liam Cookie in second, trying to keep his hands on the trophy. But Smoking Cheese has dropped down to 3rd then at the start of this race. Hoodrat in 4, Blinding Echo in 5, Frank 6, Whitwell 7, Smithy in 8th position. Mario in 8th now as Smithy drops down to 9. Battling from behind as well, Heisenberg in 10, Schumacher 11 as they battle through past each other. Down the inside there, Schumacher spins around the Ferrari of Smithy. And they both find themselves at the back of the grid. Smithy was up there earlier as well. And side by side now into the left-hander onto the back straight. 28 laps we have here at Cota, and it's Jensen from Liam, from Smoking Cheese, Hoodrat and Blindy Echo all having a nice lovely battle down into the left-hander. Blindy Echo into 4, Smoking Cheese trying to get into 2nd place now. He's gone ahead and done it, and he's through past him there. Blindy Echo trying to do the exact same thing, but can't do so on this lap around. Liam Cookie though currently sat firmly in 3rd place, trying to hold off from Blindy Echo, who is sat just behind the Haas car, doing absolutely everything he can to make that move up on Liam Cookie. But a very good start from everybody here at our league, and we are really enjoying the action as Frank, Hoodrat, Whitwell, everybody into the final corner then here in Cota. And the Ferrari running it out wide, side by side then. Mario getting through and into the lead of the Grand Prix then, everybody. The Ferrari of Whitwell behind. into the lead of the Grand Prix, sorry. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm saying. Mario, sorry, got through, but being overtaken again by Whitwell. The battle up at the front still continues as Frank, Bliney Echo and Cookie all battle each other. Further ahead from that is Jensen and Smoking Cheese. Currently Jensen got the jump that he wanted, and Jensen took the lead of the Grand Prix. But how long can he hold that for? Lap 2 of 28, Schumacher with a 3-second penalty. And we make our way down towards the left-hander where Smoking Cheese is going to go around the outside, try his luck. Can he make the move on Jensen? He did go for the outside line, but it really didn't work out for him that time around. Lost a lot of time on that corner, but now he's going to regain it all with his powers. Smoking Cheese with the DRS and the extra speed right down the outside. He's a sitting duck in that situation. Jensen has Smoking Cheese back ahead into the lead and back where he started in this Grand Prix on pole position at the top of the timing boards today. Smoking Cheese with a hurt thumb is doing a very good job so far. Jensen second place, Bliney Echo in third. The two Haas boys doing an incredible job at the moment up there at the front. Smoking Cheese then, everybody, with the fastest lap. We make our way onto the main straight. And the racing so far has been very good indeed. It really, really has, from everybody involved. Whitwell and Liam Cookie now giving it absolutely everything. Liam down the inside, Liam into 6th place then on lap 6 of 28. He's made that move up very, very easily indeed. Now Whitwell is at risk from being overtaken from Mario, who seems to be a lot better on the race pace, trying to get his way through past everybody. But he gets double overtaken there, and Heisenberg finds his way through past him, takes advantage, pushes him off. And Heisenberg now into 8th position after his disaster of a qualifying lap at the very end where he went around. But this is cool, isn't it? By side, bit of damage there from two drivers, but Mario drops back. Patrick Dodge still holds a 9th position. Further ahead, battles happening all the time. Jensen back into the lead of the Grand Prix. Smoking Cheese second place. Hoodrat is in third. Behind that is Bliney Echo battling with Frank. Hoodrat, everybody is just having a nice battle at the moment. This is what we like to see here in our league and here in Cota. I've never seen the chat so absolutely dead as well, I'm going to say. There we go, then down the straight we go again. Brilliant move from Bliney Echo, puts him into 3rd place once more. He's been there before and he's gone ahead and done it again here in the Grand Prix. Behind Hoodrat, doing what he can to push forward. But at the moment it is Bliney Echo with a brilliant effort into 3rd place and trying to hold it as long as possible. Heisenberg and Whitwell now side by side into the first few corners. But the Aston Martin just gets ahead once again and now level with his teammates, 6 and 7. They're doing very well for themselves at the moment. But fighting back, and through goes the Mercedes. Ooh, battling here. Patrick Dodge and Heisenberg side by side into 7 is Patrick in the Mercedes. He's gone ahead and done it into 7th position. A very good time and overtake there from him. Whitwell with a 3-second penalty in this race. But it's lap 4 of 28 then in this Grand Prix. 24 to go before the end. It's been a very good effort from all the drivers at the moment. Which I'm really enjoying watching actually as we head up towards the line. Jensen from Smoking Cheese, from Blinding Echo in this race. Schumacher with a 3-second time on the tee. But up into turn 1 we go, and there's yellow flags in the final sector. I think Schumacher must have had a bit of a spin there. But brought it back. This is a move in the making here. DT Racing trying to get down the inside of Sid Boats then. pushing on. He's gone ahead and done that very easily in the V-carb down the inside. The overtaking speed was brilliant. The closing speed was even better. And he got through into 10th position, into the points now, stealing a point away from Sid Boakes. Ooh, over the hill. Love that camera angle. Love it. Let's see. Helicopter cam from the drivers. But here we go, then onto the back straight at the Grand Prix. Blarney Echo trying his absolute very best to gain on Smoking Cheese. Around the outside, the Haas tries, but doesn't make the move this time around. He holds onto the backside of the Sauber. Pushing on. Here comes the Haas of Blarney Echo. It's going to be around the outside if he can do it. He has to stay back at the moment, but Smoking Cheese pulled it up an incredible fight. The lowest he's been down to at the moment is third. He started on pole. He's in second place at the minute, so right in the middle of it, right in the thick of it at the moment, as Blarney Echo does absolutely everything he can to fight his way through into second place and be level with his teammate. He picks up a penalty. Smoking Cheese into the pit lane. Strategy calls already into the Grand Prix. He started on the soft compound tyres, so he had to pit early, but all the strategy worked for him later on when he maybe and eventually catches up to the pack once again. But at the moment, as it stands, it's a Haas 1-2 on the grid at the moment. At the back, something just happened there. Moves going on with Smithy and Smoking Cheese. But Heisenberg with a 3-second penalty. 7 laps into a 28-lap race. There's 21 more to go in this Grand Prix as everybody just pushes on. At the moment, the racing so far has been good. A few penalties across the board, but Patrick Dodge and Heisenberg seem to be having a bit of a scrap down the inside for them two. Going over across the corner there for Heisenberg, but a better exit enables them to try. And we got the overtake back on Patrick Dodge, which he can't do. Patrick, who started at the back of the grid, has found himself in 6th position. A very, very good comeback from him at the moment in 6th position. I'm trying to now catch Liam Cookie with a 4.3 second gap between them. Sid Boakes with a 3-second time penalty then in this Grand Prix in his McLaren. And here comes the move. Down the inside, Heisenberg past Patrick Dodge again. He is not letting him go that easily, and he is back through, level with his teammate once more, 5 and 6 on lap 8 nearly, sorry, in this Grand Prix. But wow, overtaking galore from all the drivers everywhere, overtaking at the moment. It's exactly what we want to see, really, isn't it? All the action, all the time. But it's Jensen from Blarney Echo, from Frank. Of course, they're all on a different strategy today because Smoking Cheese in the pit lane, or did go in even earlier on, to change his soft compound tyres. Patrick Dodge into 6th, then is Heisenberg in 7th position. Battling again, Patrick finds himself in 6th position now. He's not letting it happen that easily as he's going to fly back through and try and take it again. He just wants that position, doesn't he? Tries to go for it and he gets it twice around, this time then in our league and of course in Cota at this moment in time. But stream chat looking a bit dead at the moment. There's only 2 of you in there. Oh, Chuck Norris as well. There's 3 of you in there at the moment, so it's good to see you all. Hope you're all having a very good day. And yeah, it's good to see everybody in here. A bit of a quiet one at the minute, but hopefully later on for Helheim Racing it picks up a little bit. Normally does towards the end of the night. But 8 laps in of a 28 lap race and Hoodrat now down the inside. That man finds himself on the podium. Now Hoodrat 47 in his V-Carb in 3rd place. Very good effort from him at the moment. Mario with a 3-second time in a T. But wow, just wow, a very, very good overtake from him. You know what? I've just quickly thought about it, and I actually can't believe I've just done that. Of course, I got a new capture card and mic, so I've been trying to sort that out. And in all of that mix, I've totally forgot to put the Helheim graphics on, which I'm so sorry about. But I'll do that for next race, of course. I'm so sorry. Actually, I haven't even thought about it, but the 2 Haas boys then sat in 1 and 2 are doing their best to try and hold their ground. There's a few yellow flags that just happened a moment ago. In the pit lane goes Heisenberg as well, who was battling well with Patrick Dodge, but he finally goes into the pit lane and puts on the hard compound tyres. So maybe it was the right strategy call, maybe it wasn't, but we'll see. We'll see where he gets them. Whoa! Spinning him around nearly, the 2 Haas boys make contact, the 2 teammates very nearly go around. They both hold their ground at the front, but wow, Jensen nearly gets spun around. Hoodrat Blindy Echo rear-ended his teammate there, breaking too late into the corner. And the 2 Haas boys, the world nearly came crashing down for them. Wow, nearly the end of their race. Here we go then, everybody. On to the main straight. It's 10 laps in then of 28. 18 laps before the end now. The laps are coming down. We've gone up 10. We've had some good action so far, but you know, the track and the drivers really have really just spread out at the moment. It's in the pit lane. Liam Cookie now puts on the new hard compound tyres in his Aston Martin. Changes them out. Well, the Haas cars looking absolutely elegant in the sun then today, driving 1 and 2, trying to stay ahead of Hoodrat, Frank, and Patrick Dodge that will soon catch up 8.1 seconds down the road, but he's done a very good job so far. I'm sure he's going to carry on to do the same. But we head down then towards the final few corners of the middle sector. Yeah, and if you're in the chat and you haven't already, if you've got Amazon Prime, everybody, you can subscribe to a Twitch stream of your choice for absolutely free. So if you've got Amazon Prime and haven't done that yet, you can definitely do that for me. But if not, it's absolutely okay. But lap 10 of 28 about to be concluded. And we head towards the line. It'll be Jensen from Blindy Echo from Hoodrat, your top 3 at the moment. That is your provisional podium. Is Frank going to do anything about that, though? As he's in 4th position, gaining on Hoodrat, but not enough to make an overtake at the moment. They come in 1 and 2, 1 and 2. 2 little pods up at the front at the moment. It's Jensen and Blindy Echo and Hoodrat and Frank who are just flying into the distance in this Grand Prix, flying ahead, and nobody able to challenge them at this moment in time. But everybody's on different strategies, and Smoking Cheese, who came out of the pit lane earlier on the hards. By the end of it, it'll be on the older tyres, but he is in 6th and doing a very good job of gaining at the moment. He is most likely going to be able to get himself up there. I'm not too sure how it's going to work. I can't work that out in my head, but hopefully, for his sake, he does well. Oh, trying down the inside of the V-carb on the Haas. Hoodrat getting his elbows out then on Blindy Echo. He took the chance, but it wasn't there for him this time around. That was close indeed. It's Jensen from Blindy Echo, Hoodrat and Frank. Wow. Battle of the Ferraris, Smithy into 9, Whitwell I think lets him through, as Smithy now doing what he can in this Grand Prix to try and get the Ferrari boys back up higher in the points. They're both in the points, both scoring a few points between each other, but won't be a hell of a lot, won't really make a dent in anything unfortunately. Lap 12 of 28, and the two Haas boys still dominating here in Cota. And in Cota today, could it be a Haas 1-2? They both haven't pitted yet, and the story is likely to change, but would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? It would be pretty cool if that went ahead and happened. But the two Haas boys still driving together. This is looking close. Frank into 3rd place. And on the podium for now, he holds off Hoodrat into the corner. There you go, Frank into 3rd place. And in his Alpine, could be on for a podium here today. He's worked his absolute socks off, and he is through. But should we have a look at pit stops? Who's pit stopped at the moment? The top 5 still haven't gone in. Smoking Cheese has, Liam Cookie has, Heisenberg, Mario, and Sid Boaks all without, all pit stopping, sorry, in this race, stopping today. But the top 5 haven't. This time around, will one of the top 5 go into the pit lane? Yes, 2 of them. Frank and Hoodrat decide to go into the pit lane on lap 13 of 28. Contact made there. Was that wing damage? There we go. Hoodrat with a nice stop. Frank with a nice stop too, come out at the exact same time. There we go. Out of the pit lane. They come out in 6 and 7. Sorry, yeah, 6 and 7. What is going on here, side by side, between Liam and Hoodrat. Couldn't even see what was going on there. Liam into 7 now, overtaking one of the boys out of the pit lane. It's Jensen and Blindy Echo pulling each other along. At the moment, Gareth in the chat. Hello boys, good to see you. Thanks for saving me, mate. We haven't really had much going on in the chat at the moment, so it's good that you're here. Thanks for joining me. Hoodrat and Liam Cookie seem to still be having it on then down the back straight, and Liam Cookie doing what he can to make the overtake on Hoodrat. Blindy Echo with a 3-second penalty as well down the inside. Hoodrat goes on DT Racing there. What a move that was from him, and Liam Cookie also on the scene getting through past DT Racing, and that is 2 overtakes on DT Racing in a few corners. But lap 14 of 28, half race distance now. We are halfway in, and there's 40 minutes left to my next stream. We've got more than enough time to finish this race with half race distance to go now, everybody, before the end of this Grand Prix. 14 laps to go, so think of it as a sprint race now that we've got before the end. There's Whitwell gets a 3-second time penalty. But the two Haas boys, I've said it again. I've said it before, sorry, I'll say it again. Looking very strong out there today. Really holding their ground, holding up the fort for the boys. And yeah, just doing impressively well out there in the Haas car today. They haven't pitted yet, but I'm sure that is to change, as it could be this lap around that they go in actually. But we're still waiting on Patrick Dodge, DT Racing and Smithy. Apart from these two, they still need to go in too, and they both carry on, so both must be alright, of course. On the hard compound tyres, they can drag these out. They really can, and we'll see what they can go on to at the end. But Smoking Cheese is 10.4 seconds behind, so even if they do pit, they are being overtaken by Smoking Cheese, which is a worry because he took pole. We know he's fast. What damage can he do? Can Blindly Echo overtake his teammate? We've been waiting for it for a while, but this time can't. He stays behind once again. And is this the lap maybe they go into the pit lane? I highly doubt it, actually. You know, maybe they could drag it out the whole way, go on the softs at the end, or they could drag it, you know, a little bit further than this, then go on the mediums. Completely their call, whatever's going to work for them. But, you know, Smoking Cheese is 10.5 behind and really, really trying to catch as soon as he can. But they stay out as what's going on? Oh, wow, voice crack, Garrison. Hope you're not there for that. What's going on at the back then? I must say, I'm not too sure. Nothing really at the moment. Maybe between Liam Cookie and Hood Rat, something might come about as these two looking fairly close. But in the pit lane is Patrick Dodge then in his Mercedes as he gets on the new medium compound of the tyre. Here today with 12 laps to go. No way, not another. No way. You didn't hear that, guys. I was gonna say another thing is that we are 1 hour into the stream now, pretty much dead on. 1 hour before we started the stream, and we're approaching half past 8 here in the United Kingdom. So my next stream is fairly soon. So if you are free, everybody, and something to make United a bit better, hopefully, we will be here for Helheim Racing after this as well. 2 streams tonight, of course, as you know, on the Sunday. It is full work on Sunday night, but it is a lot of fun then for everybody involved, which is great to see. But nothing really going on the track at the moment. Closest thing we've got really at the moment is Liam Cookie and Hood Rat, 5 and 6. Blindly Echo with a 3-second penalty out, everybody. But lap 17 of 28. There's 11 laps to go before the end, nearly reaching the 10 laps to go distance And down the main straight, a few drivers heading, nothing really going on at the moment. In the pit lane is DT Racing. We haven't yet had a safety car. The Sid Boats gets a 3-second penalty. Yeah, we've only really had the odd few yellow flags, but not really a safety car or anything. It's been fairly clean, which is something to be proud of for everybody. But yeah, not a huge load of action happening right now, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure towards the end it's going to get a bit better. It always does towards the end. Somehow it always gets a whole lot closer. Fastest lap for Liam Cookie then, as in the pit lane is Jensen, in the pit lane is Smoking Cheese. Have I just missed something? Because he's got the hards on again. Did he get wing damage or something? Oh, I'm not so sure, I wasn't even looking. Smoking Cheese with new tyres. Possibly a new wing, or that was part of the strategy, I'm not too sure, but 2 stops for Smoking Cheese. Blarney Echo stays out. His teammate Jensen finally went in. And we'll have a look at who's around. Everyone around him really is pitted apart from Blarney Echo. So at the moment, Jensen is provisionally in P4 and really needs to step on it now. He really needs to step on it. Your tyre compounds on your screen then. Jensen on the new medium compound tyres. Not even a single lap old on this Grand Prix. We've got 10 laps to go before the end. The racing finally happening here at the back end, side by side. Liam and Jensen having a bit of a scrap at the moment, trying down the inside. Here comes the Haas car of Jensen into 4. Can he try and catch Hood Rat as well? This man who was in first place for nearly all the race long. It could be a win for Jensen today, who's gaining on Hood Rat at the moment, trying to swing it into the left-hander. What can the Haas car do? Should he try down the inside into the final corner? Not just yet, but he stays back. I'm sure he can do something about it though as he head on the main straight. Fastest out of that corner. And here he goes then. Overtakes into third. Blarney Echo in the pit lane. He is now overtaken by his teammate Jensen. And now all he's got to do is gain on Frank with 6 lap-old hards as opposed to his 1 lap-old mediums. Seems like an easy task on paper. What can he do in the race though? Ooh, Blarney Echo with another penalty in this race. I think that's 2 that he's got to, oh never mind, 12 seconds. He's got a big penalty. So even if he was up there, he would struggle to get the position that he needs, which is really unfortunate. But the whole entire grid has pitted Schumacher, the only driver to retire today. And 9 laps to go before the end of this Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. Nine laps to go then, everybody. That will soon be 8 as Frank crosses that line here in Cota. Jensen still frantically trying to chase him down. His fastest, the fastest lap then goes to Jensen. It'll be an extra point if he can hold it. But Blarney Echo finds himself in third now. A brilliant effort to get himself up the order. He's got 2.4 to his teammate. Jensen's got 2.1 to the man ahead. who is the key to the lead. He needs to catch him and overtake to be the race leader. What can he do in an attempt to do that? He's got 1.9 seconds. This is what he can do. He can drive as fast as possible. He is driving really good at the moment on these mediums. The tyre lives are very much showing at the moment. Eight before the end, 7 nearly now. As in the chat, there's a few people. I can see the aviation nerd joining us again. Not seen you in here for a while, but thanks for joining, everybody. Make sure you say something in the chat so I know you're there. As we do love the engagement in the chat here at Jack Crossley Comms. We really do. So if you have got any questions for me or just want to say anything, you're more than welcome to in the chat. And if you've got Amazon Prime, you can get a free Twitch subscription. So definitely have a look at that if you have got Amazon Prime. But we are watching Jensen chase down Frank. Now 0.8 of a second. Last lap around, he was 2 seconds the difference. So now he is really reeling him in here in Cota. A very good job so far at doing so. Second place in the Haas. And doing exactly everything told of him and just trying to get the overtake on Frank when is possible. Perfect corners, perfect lines for Jensen, gaining on Frank in the Alpine. Here comes Jensen then. Here in the USA, the Haas car finally, after trying to gain for 2 laps, has got the distance he needs to get that overtake completed. 7 laps to go now, 6 laps as we cross the line. Here comes Jensen on Frank down the inside and towards the first corner. Jensen is into the lead of the circuit of the Americas. It's an incredible drive from the Haas car, and he finds himself once again in the lead after the strategy works out for him, and he gets into the lead on the brand new medium compound tyres. Now all he's got to do is just fly off into the distance. Blindy Echo third place with a massive penalty to his name as well of 12 seconds. At the moment, he's going to do absolutely everything he can to try and gain past Frank and then gain a gap as well, but I don't think he's got enough time to gain 12 seconds on Frank, but we'll see if that is possible or not. Heading onto the back straight now, could this be opportunity for the overtake? Nearly coming out side by side with him. They're gaining on Frank. Frank is going to get the DRS though down the straight. So is Blindy Echo too, so they're both on the same page. It's the better speed from Blindy Echo then. He gets through past Frank. Can he get his teammate as well, or even Frank anyway, but down the inside. He does soon enough pass him, but on the inside line will be the Alpine. Will he get it? No, he won't. Blindy Echo back into second, and it's a Haas 1-2 here in Cota. Very good effort. It's a shame that Blindy Echo's got all them penalties. Else it would have been an absolutely brilliant end to this race, but unfortunately, it's looking like a Haas 1-3 ending off this race today, as we've only got a few laps to go before the end. But a fairly decent race so far. 5 laps before the end now. It has really come down to the wire, and Jensen is your leader from Bliney Echo. He's pulled a second now on Frank. A second a lap won't be enough for him to take second, unfortunately. So he needs to try and pull out even more time. You know, better yet, maybe overtake his teammate and just fly into the distance, but it isn't working for him at the moment. He can't do so. He can't do anything about it in order to make that move. A Smithy with a 3-second time penalty then, everybody. And the Ferraris right down at the back, only one of them in the points as well, so the Ferraris aren't really making a dent in the constructors today. The two Haas boys definitely will be though in 1 and 2. The gap's 1.5 seconds, 1.6. It's nowhere near enough to take second place, but Bliney Echo making an overtake on his teammate. He looks all of a sudden, all the time, so slow behind his teammate, like he can't just get an overtake on him, which is unfortunate at the moment, but you know, it's what we'd like to see, but he can't do so at the moment here in Cota. But Smoking Cheese into 5 after picking himself up another penalty on the grid, and with only 4 laps to go. Let's just see this race out now, shall we? The battling continues between the guys behind. Lap 24 of 28 though, 4 to go, and no overtakes down into this corner, or maybe there is of Smoking Cheese. The confidence is unmatched from this man. He sticks it out, and that is how you make the moves. That is how you go up the order with the confidence, because he's going to switch back underneath. A brilliant move from Smoking Cheese, and he's now into 4th position. What a move from the Cheese, slipping underneath. And he finds himself ahead. What a drive so far into 4th position as Frank and Jensen and Echo now. Blimey, Echo made his way past Jensen. What's going on here? Didn't even notice as we head up towards this. I can't speak. We head up towards the first corner. It would be good here if Jensen could try and hold up Frank to make a massive gap between Blimey, Echo and Frank, because at the moment, nowhere near enough time in this for Bliney Echo to take the position that he needs. If you want that 1-2, they've got to work together in this race. But 12 seconds of penalties to the race leader at the moment is really, really not going to help their race at the moment. It needs to get sorted out, but there's not enough time to do so in this race. There's only a few laps to go now before the end. But Jensen diving down the inside, and once again past his teammate there into the lead of the Grand Prix. No messing about for Jensen in the Haas, and he's back through into the lead of this Grand Prix. Says goodbye to his teammate and races off into the distance. Small battles going on behind, but nothing significant at the moment. Maybe Liam Cook and Hoodrow will make a bit of a move here, but nothing too interesting going on just yet. But if you're in the stream, let me know if the quality's been all right, everybody, because I can't really see very well. What seconds of penalty is Bliney Echo on? 12 seconds, mate. 12 seconds he's on. In second place. It's going to ruin the 1-2, unfortunately, which isn't going to be helping. Ouch, indeed, yeah. And yeah, it would have been a Haas 1-2. We all would have been cheering for it, but we already know that it's going to come crashing down now. He's not got enough time to gain 12 seconds. He's got 10 seconds to gain. Probably, I'd say, probably 9 actually, but 9 seconds in 2 laps is absolutely not happening unless Frank has an oopsie and spins around. But it isn't looking like Frank's going to do that, is it? So, Haas 1-2 off the table, not on the card today. Bliney Echo back past his teammate then on lap 26 of 28. No messing about from him as well. And he gets through past his teammate. He wants this race win, but isn't even looking like he'll get second place at the moment with the penalties, unfortunately. But he's still going to try and push on as hard as he can. Is Jensen going to back up Frank? Would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? With 2 laps to go if he made him lose that much time. But it isn't looking like that's going to happen here today. And everybody pushing on as hard as they can before the end of this race. We round off the final 2 corners now and put ourselves on the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. Lap 27 of 28, the penultimate lap of today's race, and it's been brilliant so far, and hopefully the end is going to be good. This could be huge for Jensen in the championship standings. Yes, it is, and a great driver here at our league. I think everyone's got to admit, great driver in his trusty Haas car in second place. Bliney Echo as well, to be fair, not a bad driver too in the Haas. And P1 and P2 they are running at the moment. And a great race is soon to be concluded then as we round off this lap in a few moments' time. Into the final few corners as Patrick Dodge picks up a 3-second penalty. It'll be Bliney Echo from Jensen. The 2 Haas boys, 1 and 2. The gap nowhere near 12 seconds to give Bliney Echo the position he wants. Jensen knows no matter what's going to happen here, that man has won it. He knows he's going to win it and nothing to worry about. As long as he gets his car over the line and ahead of Frank, he will be okay in this race. It's been a very long race, 28 laps with 1 minute 30 laps average. But we have seen some good battles in the mix. Not all the time, but the start and towards and in the middle in places we have seen some very good overtakes today. We really have. And it's exactly what I want to see. But, you know, if you enjoyed this, at 9 o'clock in 15 minutes' time, I'll be commentating on our league. So stick around. The stream will end to change the title, and then we'll go live once again for Helheim Racing. Make sure you get in there if you want a nice evening and just want to sit back, relax. Maybe if you've got a takeaway, whatever. Sit back, relax, and watch that, everybody, for Helheim. But this is our league. This is our league, and this is what we like to see. This is some brilliant racing we've witnessed today from all the drivers. It is looking like it would have been a Haas 1-2, but the gap just hasn't been what we needed it to be for that to happen. Bliney Echo, all race long, struggling to make the overtakes on Jensen this race around, but towards the end found his confidence, found his footing, and passed his teammate. He will come around the final 2 corners, and it will enable him to win it on track as he crosses the line in a few moments' time. Here comes Bliney Echo over the line to win it on track, but with the penalties, Jensen takes the win then here in Cota. Over the line, Frank takes second then after the penalties. Bliney Echo demoted to 3rd after 12 seconds of pens. Now Smoking Cheese as well, sorry, into 3rd. He gets the podium. Bliney Echo drops down. Hoodrat over the line 5, Liam Cookie 6, Patrick Dodge 7. But wow, Bliney Echo drops off the podium as Smoking Cheese drops up the jumps up to 3rd after starting on pole. A very nice fight back up to 3rd. Not a bad race on Smoking Cheese, especially with the thumb. Hoodrat 5, Liam Cookie 6, Patrick Dodge 7, Heisenberg in 8 as he crosses that line. DC Racing will take 9 unless penalties. No, P9 for him. Smithy will round off the lap in P10. And over the line then for everybody, apart from Mario over the line now. That is it for the Grand Prix. And we are done for our league. Next up is Helheim Racing. Patrick with your drive of the day. Well, that is it then, everybody. Finishing results then for your Grand Prix. Jensen taking the win from Frank in second place. Smoking Cheese finds himself on the podium after a long race. Blindy Echo 4, Hoodrat 5, Lame Cookie then 6, Patrick Dodge 7, Heisenberg 8, TT Racing 9, and Smithy in 10. That is it from me, everybody, for our league. Next up is Helheim Racing. Make sure you're there in 10 minutes' time. Stream will be up in a second, and we'll see you then. Good night.